Our World's Fair is taking place in Dubai until the end of the month, and Saturday, one of the main attractions will feature the Vatican. The Dubai Expo began last October. It was postponed for 1 year because of the coronavirus. The gathering's theme is Connecting Minds, Creating the Future. It features exhibitions from nearly 200 countries, including the Holy See. EWTN News Nightly correspondent Colm Flynn joins us now from Dubai. Colm, great to see you. So tell us a little bit more about this expo.
A very good evening, Tracy, from Dubai in the United Arab Emirates on the Arabian Peninsula. And this country, the Emirates, it borders Saudi Arabia and Oman. And over the past 10 or 15 years, this city, Tracy, Dubai, has really risen up from the desert sand to become an incredibly modern and diverse city, and is now home to people from all over the world. In fact, since 2005, the country's population has doubled. And wanting to truly mark its place on the global stage, this year Dubai is playing host to the world-famous Dubai Expo. Really what this is, Tracy, is a city within a city, with nations from all around the world setting up pavilions to showcase the very best of what their country has to offer. So the latest technological advances, the pinnacles of culture and cuisine, or fashion, business, you name it, it's here. The Expo has seen 17 million visitors, so even through COVID, a massive success. There are 192 countries taking part, and the Vatican, being an independent state and a member of the family of nations, it too has a pavilion here.
And Colm, can you tell us more about the Vatican's pavilion? What's the theme, and what can people expect to see and experience there?
Well, the theme of the Vatican's pavilion is deepening the connection, and inside it is really stunning. It was commissioned by Monsignor Thomas Trafni, who is the head of the Science and Faith Department of the Vatican's Pontifical Council for Culture. And he said that the aim of the Vatican's pavilion was to be a point where one could encounter beautiful aesthetics, science and faith all in one place, which he said would hopefully promote intercultural and interreligious dialogue. Now inside you'll find precious manuscripts, more than 1,000 years old, that have left the Vatican archives for the very first time just to be displayed here. There's also beautiful religious art depicting important moments in the Church's history. Words, of course, from Pope Francis, information on the Swiss Guard, and much more. And as we know, Tracy, countries have national days. Like today, my nation, Ireland, is celebrating St. Patrick's Day. But on Saturday, March 19th, that's this Saturday, the Holy See will be marking Vatican Day by sending Cardinal Pietro Parolin, the Vatican Secretary of State, to the Expo, where he will meet with ministers and top government officials from the United Arab Emirates. Deepening the connection, the theme of the pavilion, is what we believe the aim of these high-level meetings will be. Deepening relations between the Catholic Church and the United Arab Emirates, so between Islam and Christianity, of course, very important here in an Islamic state.
And Colm, I also understand the focal point of the pavilion are symbols of two key meetings in the Church's history with the Islamic community. What more can you tell us about that?
That's right. It's really fascinating because inside the pavilion there are symbols of two historical meetings, one between Pope Francis and the Grand Imam of Alcazar, that's Aman al-Tayyib. That happened in Abu Dhabi in 2019. But the other one, Tracy, goes back 800 years when in the 13th century St. Francis met the Sultan of Egypt, Malik al-Kamil. Now that meeting is considered to be the foundation of relations between the Franciscan Fathers and the Islamic community, where after that they were allowed to have their own churches, let's say, within Islamic settlements. So following in these footsteps, the Vatican is hoping that their pavilion here will help people realize that friendship does and can exist between people of the two faiths and all faiths. And just to mention, we will have a full report on Cardinal Parolin's meeting and a look more in-depth at the Vatican Pavilion next week on EWTN News In Depth. But until then, that is it from the Expo here in Dubai. Back to you, Tracy.
And we are looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Colm. Colm Flynn, EWTN News Nightly correspondent from Dubai. Thank you again, Colm.